If you believe that your words are powerful enough to speak goodness into your life, why wouldn't those same words have the potential to produce destruction? Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to Locks Lux Lifestyle. So today I am here with another chit chat video podcast type of situation. I think we can start calling them podcast editions because that's kind of what I be doing. But yes, I'm here with another video, and as you guys can see from the title, you know what we about to talk about. So let's get right into it.
As the sun shines on all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
So as many of you are aware, it is the beginning of a new year. It's a new month. So setting goals has been kind of at the forefront of all of our agendas and things like that. I've also seen a lot of people talking about manifesting, posting affirmations and things of that nature. So I wanted to make this video because if you are like me and you are really serious about the goals that you set and getting them accomplished and just going to a new level in your life, I think it's very mindful to be aware of how we go about doing that. So yes, before we get into like the nitty-gritty of this video, I wanted to start with this video that I'm going to post. This video and thread came across my timeline, and so this post is what really kicked off my thoughts for this video. So I want to share this before I actually talk about what I'm going to talk about.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why are you trying to murder me? I want to be very, very clear. The language by which we talk about sex in Black communities is disturbing. We talk about, oh, I'm finna beat it up. I'm gonna shoot up the club. I'm gonna murder the Why are we using violent language to describe an intimate act?
Okay.
I don't know. I want him to murder the
So I don't know where this clip is from. I'm not familiar with the show. I don't know what took place after that segment or that clip of the video. But in the clip, you just hear the sex expert just talking about some of the language in which we use as it regards to like sex and intimacy and how it can possibly be problematic. And then you see a lady on the couch kind of dismiss what the sex expert was talking about. And then as I was reading the actual comments on the thread, there were just a lot of things that stood out to me. So this video is not about sex per se, but I do kind of want to talk about the overall power and potential in which our words have. So we're gonna put a pin in that video real quick and we're gonna come back to it. So aside from that video, like I said, it's the beginning of the year and I have been seeing a lot about just like, again, goal setting, manifesting, affirmations and things like that. And overall, this idea of manifesting has become very like popularized. The law of attraction is not a new concept. I actually did a video about this maybe a year and a half ago on another channel. And basically in that video, I kind of talk about my views as it relates to the law of attraction and manifesting. And the first thing I talked about was just like when it comes to manifesting, I'm really big on the who are you believing in and who are you trusting in. And I also talked about some things that I did not like. And basically, I don't really care for how self-centered and superficial this idea of manifesting has become. So like a lot of people, you know, you're manifesting a new home, you're manifesting a new car, you're manifesting more money, and there's nothing wrong with that per se. I like to spend money. I would love to have more money. You know, I like new things. I like quality things. I enjoy all of that. But for me personally, just as I mature and I get older, I love all the worldly possessions as well. However, at what cost? Like, what good does it have to have like all of a big home and a big house, but you don't have no peace in it, it's no love in it, it's no joy?
Hey you guys, so I wanted to pause and expound on this just a little bit more because I
think people really undervalue peace, joy, and contentment, and oftentimes it gets conflated and reduced to settling. And in no way am I advocating or telling people that they should settle, but in the spirit of transparency, in 2020 and 2021, I probably touched more money than I have up until this point in my life. And while there were areas where the overall quality of my life improved, those were also some of the saddest and most struggling days I have ever experienced. And I understand that it's a privilege and there's a level of relief that comes with having money to, provide for your basic needs and necessities. However, in my case, I felt like money and things started to become a band-aid. It was just a distraction, and it really just covered up the brokenness that I was feeling internally. One of the things that I've become big on as I mature is strategy. If you don't have strategy, you won't be able to, one, acquire all these things or maintain them. So for me, when it comes to manifesting, again, this is me, I feel like it's bigger than just the possessions and everything that you can acquire through manifesting. You guys see in this video, one individual completely just kind of dismisses what the sex expert was saying. And then as I was reading through the comments, there were even more people just kind of rejecting the idea or just a possibility of the things she was talking about. And it was just interesting to see like the polar opposite. So on one hand, you see all of these things, again, manifesting has becoming so popularized, and as soon as something that happened that kind of made people feel out of their comfort zone, it was like the complete opposite. Now granted, I don't know any of these individuals in the video, I don't know any of the people who were commenting. I'm just speaking on just like a general sense. Like some people were saying like you're kink shaming and things like that. I'm not here to get in the nitty-gritty of any of that. Like at the end of the day, with two consenting adults do in a bedroom ain't none of my business. But I will say, after I seen how so many people were completely dismissive to the actual thought, it made me do a inventory check. And with manifesting being so popular right now, it just made me think like how many people hop on board with certain things because they feel like it's going to be beneficial to them, but when it comes to doing the actual work, they're really not about what they say they're about. And regardless of if you agree with the sex expert or not, overall, it just made me kind of stop and think like, in what ways am I blocking potential blessings? In what ways am I blocking or delaying my progress because of my unwillingness to hear, to see, or to try things in a new or different ways? In what ways am I delaying my progress because I don't want to let go of old habits? In what ways am I blocking my blessings because I don't want to step out of my comfort zone? And yeah, I really wanted to talk about this because again, when you hear manifesting, a lot of people only talk about like the positive side of it. I've seen so many people on that post just talking about like, oh, it's not meant to be taken literal, she's overdoing it, it's not that serious, things like that. And again, I don't know any of these individuals, and not everyone felt like that, but I did see just like a lot of those comments. But in general, I feel like if you believe that your words are powerful enough to speak goodness into your life, to speak blessings, to speak prosperity, why wouldn't those same words have the potential to produce destruction in your life? You know what I'm saying? I feel like many of us feel like we only have to do the work on the forefront, and you may be willing on the forefront and putting the work in and being positive and putting that good energy into whatever it is that you are working towards, but what good does it do if on the back end you're speaking destruction into your life? Like the Bible clearly says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, and I think people really underestimate how powerful our words can be. As I get older, I can just really see like the importance of discipline, and it's something that I wish I would have realized sooner, because yes, like discipline and just your overall basic habits are going to be like the driving force in how you live your life and in the direction that your life goes, whether you believe it or not. One of the things that I've realized is that it doesn't matter how good I'm doing in a particular area, if there's any type of chaos going on the other side in the background of my life, it will eventually spill over. It may not be like right away, but over time it'll start to spill over, whether that's just chaos from just outside factors, or if it's just like lack of discipline in a certain area, or just if you have like low confidence in a certain area, at some point it's gonna spill over. A lot of the times when I feel like I'm in a really good space is because I have everything, not everything together, but everything is doing okay. Overall, my inner well-being is okay. But like if I'm frustrated with family, then a lot of the times when I go to work, I'm gonna also be frustrated. I may not be frustrated with the people at my job, but because I have some internal frustration because of some other area in my life, it spills over into my work life, even if I don't see it immediately, even if I don't pick up on it. Just having overall lack of discipline and lack of control in your habits and in your emotions, at some point it will spill over. I was watching Cobra Kai, do not judge me. I was watching Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai is the show on Netflix, and it's basically a spin-off of like the Karate Kid movies. When you think of Karate Kid and you think of like the relationship between like the sensei and the student, so regardless of how eager and willing the student is to learn karate for whatever circumstance they're going through in their life, regardless of their willingness, the sensei never starts teaching them karate directly. He always starts with like a task or something that seems completely unrelated. It seems completely irrelevant. And many times the student gets frustrated. Like that's where the whole wax on, wax off. However, as the movies unfold, you realize that the sensei is actually one, teaching them discipline, and then in whatever that they're teaching them, somehow it intertwines into like a karate move or something. And so I think that's like a good like metaphor for like what this entire video is about when it comes to your words, when it comes to your habits, when it comes to setting goals and accomplishing them. Regardless of your willingness, if you don't get control of your overall discipline and habits, then you're delaying your progress, right? There's a lot of things that may not seem relevant or purposeful now, and it requires you to be disciplined, but in the long run, that discipline is going to help you. And overall, you really do have to be mindful and monitor your mouth and monitor the words that you say. Again, if you believe that your words are strong enough or powerful enough to speak blessings, then the same must be true for the opposite side. And I think that's why many of us struggle. I know me too. Sometimes I'm just too neutral, right? I want to do one thing, but I don't want to completely commit to it. That's the thing that really gets a lot of us caught up, is like that neutral, safe, gray area. And as I get older, and as I just look at things, like there's really no gray area. Either it is or it isn't. And that's the hard part about it, because you know, I have certain goals and things that I want to do, and then I also have my own vices. I have other things that are kind of pulling me back or making me want to stay in the gray area because I don't want to give those things up. But if you are serious about moving forward, making progression, then over time there are going to be things that you kind of have to let go of. There's going to be habits that you have to let go of. And just speaking for myself, like this has been a journey for the last like 5 years. Like I didn't just arrive to this point, and I still have work to do in a ways to go. But overall, I have realized like how powerful my thoughts are, and not just when speaking good. Like the more I speak good, I also have to be mindful of the bad things that I speak, and I have to learn how to cut those things off. Like I said, there is no gray area or middle ground. Like if you're trying to play both sides, you're going to continue to struggle. But however, in that process, I feel like the further along I go, it's easier to let go of certain habits, because I've kind of seen the fruits of the work and the effort that I've put into becoming better, to get better with my overall discipline and overall habits, in the way that I speak, in the way that I respond, in the way that I think, in the way that I react, all of it. So yes, that is going to be it for this video. Again, if you're serious about accomplishing your goals this year, I definitely wanted to just talk about this so you can put this kind of on your mind, so that when you are making plans and making arrangements for yourself this year, that you're also being aware of the things that you think don't matter. I'm also going to be doing a part 2 of this video where I'm going to give you some more tools and things that I have just been kind of implementing in my overall day-to-day routine to kind of help me accomplish my goals this year. So if you would like to see that video, make sure that you're subscribed and your bell notification is on so that you will be notified when that video drops. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Snatched by Sharmel, and I will see you all in my next video.